Hi Vogue, I'm Catherine O'Hara, and I'm going to show you, I don't know why, but I'm going to show you my life in looks. I loved working on this movie. Our costume designer, Aggie Gerard-Rogers, took me to Maxfield's, remember, on Melrose in Los Angeles, where they sell very, very cool, expensive clothes. Somewhere I had never shopped myself. And we got to pick out really wild, great stuff. I still have this jacket and this hat. You may see it in another picture, this top hat. Looking at these pictures from this time, I think, wow, I think Delia Dietz, my character in Beetlejuice, and Moira Rose, character I played in Schitt's Creek, are sisters, if not the same person with a different accent. It's really strong wardrobe, and look at me, and I'm interesting. This is the second time I wore this dress publicly. Jewel Hallmeyer, our wonderful costume designer from SCTV, he had it made for me. I drew it. We worked on the design together. At the time, I swear he told me it was made with Kobe beef or Wagyu because he said the leather was so soft on this dress. He said because the cows were massaged every day. Oh, it's just wonderful when something is actually made for your body. Such a difference. And I still have it, and I'll wear it again. Home Alone. This is one of those wardrobe looks that one wears for a whole movie. It was in the days of really broad shoulders and long jackets. It was very well-to-do woman, elegant dresser, you know, businesswoman, successful woman. That was my look. Did we go away on the first one? Yes. I forget. Wait, yes. It was also a travel look, I guess. It was very comfortable, kept me warm. I had a beautiful coat to go with it. I kept it for a few years, then I gave it to my sister, Patricia, who lives in England. It looked great on her, and I don't know if she got rid of it. I think she could have made money. Should have told her to sell it. This was from Schitt's Creek, and Moira was told that this really cool, high-end fashion photographer was coming and was going to do a shoot with her in this town whose name she's never spoken aloud. and she's so nervous about it, and she puts this look together. And this is a Raf Simons dress. And our wardrobe department, and this happened a few times with Moira, where they had to go online and find out how to put it together. I stood there and they tried so many different versions, and we're all laughing and enjoying it, but they went online and they're blowing up the pictures, and they're calling people, what do you do with this? And then we had a great shirt. It might be this one. I think it is. It's this shirt. Of course, great jewels, the accessory. You can never accessorize enough if you're Moira Rose. But really fun, because it was really a vulnerable moment for Moira. Daniel and Deb shopped all year long online, but Farfetched and RealReal and Outnet and all the sites that sell designer clothes for lower prices. Because they're, from earlier collections. And that's what we needed. We needed clothes that we had when we were really wealthy. But they were, both of them shopped amazingly and found us the most incredible clothes. And Daniel said it was hard to stop after he ended the show. It was hard to stop shopping for Moira. For the Tony Awards, I was asked to present the live musical number for Beetlejuice, the musical. And I wanted to dress in keeping with, the Tim Burton black and white. And I was looking online for black and white dresses, and I found this collection of Marc Jacobs. I thought, how can I possibly get Marc Jacobs wear? I wasn't working with a stylist. And I phoned my friend Ricky Veeder, who used to be a designer, and he's very good friends with Marc Jacobs. And I phoned her and I said, Ricky, is there any chance you could, I don't know, beg if I could borrow, And she walked into a woman who she knows who works with Marc Jacobs while I was asking her in that very moment. And she said, oh, excuse me. They talked, and she told, and so they arranged for me to borrow this dress. It was very cool. I've always loved black and white, and I think it can be very clean and works anywhere. And then working on Schitt's Creek for 6 years, really, just strengthened my love for black and white even more. It's bold and it's strong and it's graphic and cartoony and cool all at the same time. Classic. This was a big fun year for us, being invited to Hollywood and awards shows, and from doing our little show in Toronto. I got to work with a stylist, Andrew Gelwicks, and he found me so many great looks. And this is a Norma Kamali jumpsuit. but it is so graphic and fun, and it's really soft material. Felt great. I think I did that pose many times over the night to scare people and show them how cool my outfit was. I finally learned that you cannot go buy clothes on the hanger. I used to when I would go to a wardrobe fitting and I'd look at stuff on the hangers, I go, no, okay, oh no, just kind of nervous and fearful. And now when in the last year or two when I've worked with Andrew, he'll bring clothes and he'll say, do you want to try this on? And I was like, yes, because you don't know, and I would never know how that would look, that great Norma Kamali one piece, without trying it on. It felt great. I have never sat in the first row of a fashion show, and I've always wondered how it felt. And I got to wear Tom Ford, this very cool suit, which felt like sexy armor. It was really strong, and the skirt was really tight. And those shoes are so high, but so beautifully built that I was comfortable for the whole night in those shoes. I couldn't believe how serious people were. Really, really serious about what impression they were making on each other. It was just there was so little laughing or smiling. It's so intense. The least uptight person there was Tom Ford. He's so loose and cool, and he's very funny. He's very easy. I just felt like a happy alien in that place. Okay, this is a Pamela Roland dress. The dress cost more than several outfits together that I ever wore on the show. It was so beautiful in person. The detail of beading and ostrich feathers, I think. I felt beautiful. Then this crown that I'm wearing is made of zip ties. They found on Etsy. I felt like Moira felt. I really felt like I was at a real premiere in this sandal town. It was just exciting as any other red carpet. I've always thought that Moira's wear was very protective and very defensive, and like armor. It's aggressive and defensive at the same time. Offensive defense. And it's wanting to prove something. I'm different, I don't belong here, I have talent, I should be famous, I should, I have such potential. And then she actually has this movie, and even though she's in this town with this premiere and her daughter as her PR agent, I think there's an openness that she's comfortable and confident enough to wear something this feminine and this revealing and this beautiful, really. It's not defensive at all. It's just, I'm actually in a movie and it's actually having a premiere and I may actually be on the road again too, being famous and acting. And, it's full of hope. Before we went back to work for the 6th season, Daniel called me and told me all the outlines for the season coming up and our stories. He was telling me what Moira was going to experience, and he got to this wedding and he said, and Moira's going to officiate. And we're thinking about what she's going to look like or what she's going to wear. And I did say, and Daniel will vouch for this, I said, what about a papal look? The mitre. I tried on the mitre and found out that they're pretty crispy hard on the head. So I asked Anya if she could make a roll of hair around, and I did a little drawing, which she has, but she made it. And she went through, I don't know how many nights at home trying to put this thing together. She ended up using the glue that she used to put down tiles in her kitchen to keep this thing together. It's an Alexander McQueen dress that Deborah found, Tom Ford gold boots. Daniel has said that because Moira took the job so seriously and cared so much about why she was there, that she actually managed not to upstage the wedding couple. So even as insane as it is, it was about them. And I cried all day long.
Good evening, everyone.
Vogue, thank you so much for letting me go down memory lane with my looks. I hope you enjoyed them as much as they frightened me.